All right. Good morning. Welcome back to Rissa Roams. My name is Mosey, and today we are doing Mount Osceola and Osceola East, which will be peaks number 44 and 45 for me, which is very exciting. After today, I only have 2 more hikes before I'm done. Matt was going to join me again today, but his roommate at Old Colony was quite the snorer. He didn't sleep, so he's taking a day off. And so back at it, beautiful day. I got a much later start than I had intended. There was a northbounder at Old Colony who's thinking about flipping, and so I was talking logistics for that with him. And then got here, had to park on the road because the parking lot was full. Walked over, paid my recreation fee, got my hang tag, went back, put it on my car, came back, realized I forgot one of my water bottles, went back, got it out of the car. So now we are finally getting on trail. It's probably close to 9 now, but it is a nice, brisk, cool morning again. Car had frost on it today, so gonna be a good day. And today we remembered our poles, so that is good. I did not like not having poles yesterday on the tri-pyramids. The last few days, or the last few hikes I've done, isolation and the tri-pyramids, I didn't think like the trail was that rough on the way up, but coming down, I changed my tune. I thought it was way rockier than I remembered. Well, on this one, I'm gonna hate the down. It's pretty rocky, not a rough trail, like not sketchy, not terribly steep. But I can go ahead and tell you, I'm going to hate these rocks when I'm coming down later today. That's an odd one. A leather belt just left on the trail. So I keep leapfrogging with a few groups because their pace is faster than me, but they keep like stopping to take breaks, whereas I'm kind of more just slow and steady. One of them though, clearly his girlfriend dragged him on this hike, and I keep hearing him complain about how he didn't know this was going to be a hard hike. It's just cracking me up. A little peek through the trees here. You can see the colors starting to come in. A guy just passed me and said, I think this is the perfect hiking temperature. I'm like, it is perfect. Barely any sweat. And he laughed and said barely. I said, oh yeah, it's never none.
She's like, I'll go with anything that's going faster.
All right, so just got Mount Osceola, oh, excuse me, right back there. That was peak number 44, headed to East Osceola right now, which will be 45. It's a wooded summit. I think there may be a view nearby. So heading over there. I have to say, this has been a pretty lovely trail. The first bit, ooh, excuse me. Little view through the trees right there. Lovely. But yeah, the first bit was like rocky, like lots of wants to navigate, kind of boulder hopping there for a little bit, but then it's been really nice. It is a perfect day. The view back there was incredible. So on the way back, I'll stop there for lunch, but it's a little too early right now. Okay, I am loving this trail. Beautiful. Now I will say I am moving pretty slow now that I'm on this loose rock, but to be expected. And then we're coming up on a section called the Chimney. It's pretty short, but it's a steep, rocky, like scrambly section. There's a bypass around it. So going downhill right now, I'll probably take the bypass, but then coming back up, I'll definitely, I think, do the scramble up. I'm okay with scrambling. I enjoy it, but prefer up to down for sure. All right, just came down this, which I believe is the bypass, which means that's the chimney. We'll see if I do that. I'm not so sure. Ooh, look at all that color down there. Crazy. All right, made it to East Osceola, number 45. All right, so today is Sunday, and the plan is to do Whiteface past the Conaway tomorrow, which will get me to 47 and leaves my final peak, Kerrigan. Originally, the plan was to do it Thursday because Tuesday, Wednesday looked kind of rainy. And just now, when I was on East Osceola, I checked the weather, and the whole week, other than tomorrow, looks like rain now. So, not sure I'm gonna get a good day for my last peak unless I want to stick around for a while, and can't really afford to do that. So, hoping things change, the chance goes down, and maybe I can still swing a good day. But I'm pretty sad to see that. But I guess it fits, you know. I've had perfect weather the entire time I've been in the Whites. So I guess I'm just paying my dues to have not so nice day on my last peak. All right, just packed away the poles back there. Now we're getting ready to go up the chimney. It is very steep, but there's plenty of like steps and contact points, so I think we're gonna be good. It's fun when you go to pull yourself up by a rock and it wiggles. All right, made it up the chimney. Not bad at all. Didn't take long. Did run into some kids though who saw me coming up. They're like, oh, is that the path? And I said, don't go down that. Keep left. You can come back up this later, but don't do it down. So I just ran into a couple groups having a conversation and just kind of wanted to take note of it. So those kids that I told not to go down the chimney were with the larger group, and the rest of the group and the leader was behind. And so then there was this couple, and the lady in the couple was kind of going off on the leader because the kids, she said, were like right on their tail, not giving them any space. So she asked the leader and the rest of the kids to stop and wait so that her and her spouse could get ahead. And, you know, she wanted some space. I'm like, here's the thing. They're on your tail. Don't ask them to give you space. Let them pass because they're just going to keep catching up to you. So anyway, that was just something I observed. And I was like, that just doesn't make sense. If someone's on your tail, just let them go ahead. And then that affected me because then this whole group was just sitting in the middle of a scrambly part that I needed to get up. But there were so many of them, they were taking up all the space. But they were sitting still to give that couple space. And so then I had to like scramble around all of them. So yeah, I don't know. Just kind of thinking through some trail etiquette things here. All right, just had lunch on top of Osceola. Now we're headed back to the car, 2.8 miles. Pretty smooth for a while, and then lots of rocks at the end. I was talking with a guy on the East Summit, and we were talking about how this is just one of the best like rewards, like payoff for effort put in for Osceola specifically. You know, it's really not that bad of a trail, and those views were incredible. It's definitely in one of my favorite like peaks for sure. Not sure where it lands on the list, but it's pretty high.